My name is Charlie, and I'm excited to be sharing more on how Meter is transforming the connectivity landscape. There are two things for you all to know about me. The first is that I love cell towers. The second is that I peaked in high school. For 2 weeks during high school, my senior year, T-Mobile let me shadow their tower crews and go around for 2 weeks and visit all the cell sites and help them replace batteries and haul up equipment on cell towers, and it was truly like the best 2 weeks of my life. I am fascinated by how ubiquitous cell coverage has become in the US. I think we all take for granted that we can be barreling down the highway, chatting with our friends and family on the phone, as our phones seamlessly roam from tower to tower without skipping a beat. The cell carriers have made incredible strides in building out their networks to provide us all with unparalleled experience. 5G, millimeter wave, satellite direct-to-cell, carrier aggregation, the list could go on with new technologies that the carriers have implemented to provide us all with great coverage and great capacity. However, there is one area that has seen little innovation over the past few years, and that is in-building cellular coverage. The solutions today look like this. It is called a distributed antenna system. It looks like a 1980s mainframe, and I really don't think it has changed since. The technology has been pretty much the same for the past 30 years. To give you all kind of a 30-second explanation of how a DAS system works, the carriers bring in their cell signal into the basement of a building, basically creating a mini cell tower in that building. Another vendor will come in and pull this thick coax cabling and screw up your walls and drill holes through the floor. And then another vendor will come in and configure the system. These systems, the cost to implement them are in the millions to tens of millions of dollars. The time to implement these systems is counted in months or years, not weeks. The other two solutions on the market are passive DAS, which pulls in cell signal from the outdoor cell tower and broadcasts it throughout the building, or Wi-Fi calling. Both of these solutions cannot meet the performance, capacity, or roaming needs of enterprises today. Meter has implemented some of the best, most complex networks out there today. However, great Wi-Fi is not solving the whole problem. There are two areas where cellular really shines, and that is what I like to call mobility and voice. To define mobility and voice, I have two fun scenarios for you guys. The first is you walk into your favorite big box store. You have this product in mind of what you really need, but you're not sure where it is, if it's in stock, and of course you can't find anybody to help you find it. You pull out your phone to go onto their fantastic new app that would tell you exactly where the item is, but of course you discover you have no cell service. You either wander the aisles for the next 30 minutes, or if you're anything like me, get distracted by screwdrivers for the next 3 hours. Or you go into your settings and go into the Wi-Fi settings and hope that A, there's an available network, B, there's not a splash page from 2008 that doesn't work on your phone, or C, you may get past those first two barriers, but the network is so slow it might as well not even be there. This is an area where cellular really shines, and that is mobility. Spaces where customers and employees and visitors are constantly coming and going and need constant, reliable, seamless connectivity. No connecting to networks, no splash pages, no figuring out how your phone works. You just have service. Retail businesses should really consider cellular connectivity as essential, increasing dwell time, elevating customer satisfaction, and improving in-store operational efficiency. The other fun scenario I have for you all is an office building in a busy downtown metro area. Employees nowadays are busier than ever, chatting on the phone while going to their next meeting or commuting or leaving the office to go grab a bite to eat. Interestingly, office spaces and office buildings typically don't have great cell service, even when they're right in the middle of downtown metro areas. Talking to some of our customers, their employees are often losing cell coverage as they're entering or leaving the building, resulting in them dropping the call that they're on. This is typically a result of Wi-Fi calling shortcomings or the lack of a DAS in their building to begin with. Both of these examples that I just showed are of buildings that have a critical need for great coverage, but don't necessarily warrant a massive, expensive active DAS install, or typically don't have the space for it in their building. So, there's clearly a need for a new product in the market to disrupt the traditional DAS market. Something that is simple and easy to install, performs as well as an active DAS, but is a fraction of the cost and takes up no space in your building. The Meter team has been hard at work to come up with a new solution, and today we are announcing a new product which we are simply calling Cellular. Utilizing the shared CBRS spectrum, we are partnering with the cell carriers to broadcast their networks inside of your buildings. It is the simple Meter experience combined with your existing cell provider to be available across your entire footprint. 5 bars of perfect coverage the minute you walk into your space. It is seamless roaming from the outdoor cell towers to the Meter Cellular network indoors. There's no additional configuration or networks to connect to or certificates to download. You truly just walk into the building and have 5 bars of coverage. All phones manufactured in the last 5 years support CBRS and Meter Cellular. I want to pause here for a moment and emphasize something. Meter is not the first to invent this technology called neutral host CBRS. Meta actually pioneered the first application of it in their office a year ago. However, cellular runs over your network. It requires a fantastic network to operate. Everything that Meter has done up until this point allows us to deploy a solution that is reliable, scalable, and easy to install. There's a short story I want to tell here that kind of highlights this. Cellular requires ultra-precise timing to function, utilizing precision time protocol and a GPS signal. When we were setting up our lab a few months ago, we were researching the different off-the-shelf timing solutions and realized that everything is either expensive, difficult to configure, hard to install, or maybe a mix of all 3. Frustrated, I go over to the one guy that solves all my problems, Joshua, and explain to him the situation. I knew that there was no way we could scale this solution to thousands, tens of thousands of customers if we had to add this additional hardware to these customers' locations and run a GPS antenna up to the roof and hope the installer knows how to crimp a coax cable. There's just no way we could do that. I sit down with Joshua, start chatting, explain to him my problems. He goes, Charlie, we're going to be installing this 5G gateway at every network customer location. It's going to be in a window or outdoors, and it's going to have perfect GPS signal. Let's just take your timing issues, your timing hardware, and stick that in the 5G gateway. I had this complete aha moment of where Meter's vertical integration truly shines. Not only are we able to solve cellular's timing issues at a fraction of the cost, but we're also able to deploy even faster with one less piece of hardware deployed to customers' locations. And it's just using a single Ethernet cable, so all installers know how to use it. So along those same lines, what's the best part? Whether you need cellular, cellular and Wi-Fi, or just Wi-Fi, Meter has you covered. No more racks full of equipment and thick coax cabling running everywhere. Installation is truly as easy as Wi-Fi with a single Ethernet cable, just with simply cellular access points, Wi-Fi access points, or both. Pricing is the same strategy that we're using for network, just, of course, billed separately. It is by the square foot per month. Hardware upgrades as 5G, 6G, and beyond come out in future years are complementary. Meter can now offer a complete connectivity experience. Whether it is procuring your ISP, providing Wi-Fi, or now extending cell coverage, we have you covered. Everything as a service on a single pane of glass and built for the modern enterprise. We'll be releasing cellular in beta today with general availability in January 2025. I lead this product here at Meter, and looking at the crowd, I know a lot of you already have many questions. I will be around today. We're having a Q&A at the end of this session, which I'll be joining, and then I'm around at lunch and happy hour. So please come and bug me, or at least come ask me about my favorite cell towers. I hope that through this morning's session, you have seen Meter's true differentiation. Through the architectural choices that we've made through our hardware, operating systems, and backend, we are truly reinventing how networking should be. It should be built from the ground up. We're going to take a quick break right now and be back at 10:10 for more content. Thank you so much.